Hello and welcome back to another Poppy Builds video. Yay! Today we are in Oasis Springs and I am going to be building a tiny little micro home for a sim. Now the general premise behind this build is that this building used to be a tuck shop, like a place that kids could go and buy sweets or snacks / like a little sit-in restaurant. That is what it used to be. It went out of business and a single sim decided, okay, I'm gonna buy this very little space and make it into my new home. So the concept is it is a renovated little store / restaurant, and it is now going to be a Sim's home. And as you're gonna see in the build, there are going to be a lot of restaurant based items / a little bit of an industrial vibe to it, because the sim who bought it didn't want to do too many moderations and kind of like ball on a budget. I really like how this build turned out and I hope you like it too. Don't forget you can find all of my builds on the Sims gallery underneath Poppy Builds. Same name as my channel here, and that is where you can find this one and download it. But that is the backstory of this little tiny home. It did take me a while to figure out the roof, the design. I didn't want to do a monochromatic color palette. I wanted it to be kind of blend into the space whilst having two different color designs on the walls outside, which is why it took me a little while to figure out what color of a roof I would like the best. Didn't want it to be black because I thought black would retain too much heat and I didn't want that in the desert. So instead they have this nice red reflective color. Well, I don't know if red would be classified as reflective, but it would not absorb as much heat as black and is why I picked it over black. I did go with black windows and doors because I thought it looked nice and that is the whole entire reason why. I did not play test this build. I cannot guarantee if your sim actually can go through to all of the places. I'm pretty certain they can, so don't worry. Psh, it's fine. I don't remember. But I wanted for the windows and stuff, I didn't know what I wanted. I wanted to do, again, like a bit more structural feel to it. I wanted it to be a little bit boxy. And is why when I was going through the windows and stuff, I couldn't figure out what I wanted. So I just wanted it to be just a little bit different. And I think adding these windows from Eco Lifestyle really helped create that sense. Because they were so big and pronounced, they added some dimension and depth to the build. Which the windows did do, and I like how they have been laid out and added. That's why I also, with the flooring and the walls, I wanted to keep it all a little bit like, in my mind, how a little tuck shop / restaurant space would be. So they've got these nice brick flooring. The sim who renovated the place only updated the walls. They kept one design, like statement wall, which I'll show you in a second, that the tuck shop originally used to be completely designed with, and the white helped brighten up the space. As you can tell, I created this whole entire world for this one specific build, and I hope you enjoy my thought process when designing this specific tiny home. The kitchen is going to be very small, like very small. Because again, it's a micro home. I didn't know how to design it initially, and I thought adding these kind of more antique, in quotation, oven and fridge looked very nice, and then I thought it would be really cool to add this little sink, just to add again that like industrial worker vibe feel, which I think the kitchen really emulates that this used to maybe be a restaurant slash store. I decided to skip decorating slash designing the dining room because I wanted to make sure I could fit a bed in here plus a little relaxation station, a living room, but relaxation station is what they should be called instead, because that is hilarious. And I did that by just squishing the bed a little bit into the wall. And for the design premise of the color scheme and stuff, I didn't want it to be too intense. I think the living room is a little bit colorful, but overall it's quite muted in palette to really emphasize again this like renovated feel that went with industrialism slash restaurant-ish. And then I did these dividers too to continue with that vibe. So I hope a sim can come through that little space I left, because it is one whole entire tile, but I don't know. And so this little corner here is where I put the living room. I ended up going with this red couch because I thought it was quite bold and suited the style of the whole space very well. And I just liked it. Because I did that like little cheat where you could do one diagonal before having like 33 tiles, it was really awkward putting this TV and living room space in because I wanted to push everything against the walls. But with the diagonal, it was quite tough to do that. So I had to compromise and not put the TV directly on where the couch is. I think it looks fine. And I smushed the dividers a little bit closer together so that the sim could have more space to walk through. So the living room is going to be the only little section with loads of color, like that doesn't necessarily represent the rest of the space, and I like it like that. I think it looks quite cool. But I just wanted to make sure that everything was very functional, like a human being, a sim would live here, like it's an actual home, and people own things. So I wanted to make sure they had some space to put their things, their books, their little lump of coal that they maybe got from Santa. Did you like that little addition there? I did. And I did that by adding a lot of bookcases and stuff, which those little bookcases and like wall ornaments, there's a specific word for it that I am blanking on, but like the wall additions helped create more space and made it feel less like renovated restaurant into more of a home. I really love this build, it is so cute. And now I finally decided to add some things to this extended window. It took me a little while to manage it, but it didn't glitch out on me and I was able to add some nice things onto the windowsill. I wish there was like, you could do it without it glitching with ease, but alas. And I thought these chickens looked so cute as an addition and that they matched the rabbit, the ceramic rabbit on the bookcases. So as you can tell, the living room is quite vibrant and colorful, and I think suits the space very nicely, and everything else is very like not muted, but like warm toned, welcoming, homey vibes. And then the living room's just this little pop of bam color. And above the door, I added some more shelves for decorations, which I think, again, just make the space feel like home. This person does like to collect a few things. And now for the bathroom, very, very tiny. How it was designed, I wanted it to just be like a bathroom would be at a place. They didn't renovate this or anything because it was decent. All they did was add a shower. She would not have that in a real restaurant bathroom. I mean, some do if they're like renovated restaurants that were originally houses, but most places don't have showers in their bathrooms. So I just kept the bathroom very minimalistic and small. And I did add the little soap dispenser from Get to Work, I believe, because that to me was like, you'd have that in a restaurant and the new owner just didn't get rid of it. They said, I'll just put soap in there instead. Then I added these nice candles. Not candles, hanging lights. And in the back I put a little rubbish bin. For the decorations and landscaping of this build, I didn't want to do a pool. I didn't want to do a lot of exterior landscaping. What I did instead, I wanted to mimic the rocks and landscape of Oasis Spring of where the house was. And it took me a while, like so long, to find those stupid rocks. So I am now going to cut the video real fast and we're going to fast forward to when I did find those rocks. Ta-da! We have now fast forwarded and I found some of the rocks that were in Oasis Spring. I didn't find all of them. I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I definitely missed like a few. I wish debug was better organized, but it's not. So I tried my best to find all of the rocks that matched the colors, because one rock like formation that I kept was not the same color. But whatever, maybe it's a less weathered rock. We can just pretend. Who knows, who knows, who knows. And then I also wanted to do a little bit of like mishap landscaping with some nice cacti and ferns. I don't know what they are specifically. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Guys, I study plants and I don't know the name. Prickle bush, maybe they're aloe plants. Whatever, the spiky bushes are. I don't know if they would be classified as cacti-esque. Maybe. I don't know. They are clearly a organism that thrives in the desert and is why I added them, along with a lot of cactuses. Or cacti. Oops. Just wanted to really mirror the outside and just make like, again, they bought this space and there's just been a little bit of overgrowth around and they've been too lazy to update it or fix it or anything, and they've just let it be. They're like, okay, it's not structurally harming my new home, it can stay. That was my mindset behind that. And I liked it. I like all the little random additions of this build. It's sometimes a bit difficult landscaping because you don't really know the aesthetic you have in mind and you don't always want to repeat what you're comfortable with. So this for me, like trying to figure out how to do it nicely without it just looking silly, was quite tough, but I think I did a not too shabby job. and I did go a little bit heavy-handed with the terrain paint, but luckily it was such a similar color that I don't think it looks too terrible. Overall, I'm averagely content with the landscaping, but I do love the house itself. And that is it. Let us go and tour our tiny little house. A restaurant into a microhome. So welcome. This is the kitchen and dining room / bathroom area with our nice old kitchen from the old restaurant, and then all of the new pieces. So they kept the dividers, the tables, the chairs, but most of the stuff is their own. This is the little bedroom with our nice beautiful sunroof and our nice eclectic living room with our nice gorgeous bright red chair. That is the whole inside of the build with restaurant vibes and microhome vibes. And then in here is our tiny little bathroom. Nice and simple with a newly added shower. Now on the outside, there's my sim I just downloaded to drop on in. She says hello. This is all of our nice, gorgeous, random landscaping that I think suits the space quite well. And then our little bin and broom section. This is my whole entire from restaurant to microhome build in Oasis Springs. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. And please let me know below what else you would like me to build next. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!